Witam from BA. This is a Rorschach Poland update from the 16th of October 2025, a quick summary of what's going down in Poland. Let's start off with foreign affairs. On Saturday the 11th, Donald Tusk, the Prime Minister, said Poland won't join the EU's migration relocation program, which relocates migrants so countries with fewer migrants help those who receive the most. According to the program, countries that don't meet their relocation targets have to provide resources or pay fines. Poland, along with Hungary and Slovakia, opposed the solidarity rule that forces countries to share the migrant burden. Tusk and President Nawrocki said that Poland's situation is unique, with so many Ukrainian refugees, Ukraine's ongoing war with Russia, which keeps bringing in migrants into the country, and heavy migrant pressure on the eastern border with Belarus. In other news, on Thursday the 9th, the Civic Coalition fined MP Franciszek Sterchewski for missing same sessions without a proper excuse while he was on board a humanitarian flotilla to Gaza. Sikorski asked on Twitter whether Poland should cover evacuation costs for citizens, including MPs who went into a war zone. Sterchewski responded that MPs have a duty to be where human rights are violated and called on the government to back efforts to stop the genocide in Gaza. While most parliamentarians stay quiet about Sterchewski's actions, others, like Claudia Jachira, a member of the Civic Coalition, think he should treat it as a private mission, thank the Foreign Ministry for helping the detained crew, and talk with the Civic Coalition about his future there. As for Gaza, on Tuesday the 14th, Jacek Jaskowiak, the mayor of Poznan, western Poland, said he opposes ending cooperation with Ra'anana, a partner city near Tel Aviv in Israel. More than 2,000 people signed a petition that members of the Razam party submitted, demanding that the city cut ties to protect Israel's actions in Palestine. Jaskowiak said he feels for the Palestinians and knows Gaza has suffered, but he doesn't support cutting ties, saying Israel is just fighting terrorism. Jaskowiak also criticized Franciszek Sterchewski for joining the flotilla to Gaza, saying it looked more like a PR stunt than real help. Despite the criticism, Jaskowiak plans to visit Israel in November to learn about monitoring and anti-terror systems, saying this kind of cooperation helps keep Poland safe. Switching gears to new policies, on Thursday the 19th, the Sejm passed a law letting the president ratify a deal with the International Criminal Court, or ICC, allowing Poland to hold people sentenced by the ICC regardless of their nationality or residence. Back in 2004, Poland said it would take only Polish ICC convicts, but in January 2024, it opened up to all nationalities and signed the official deal on the 3rd of December, which now needs the president's ratification. The ICC prosecutes the worst crimes like genocide, war crimes, and crimes against humanity. So far, the ICC has agreements with 15 countries, and it's looking to strike deals with more. This deal puts Poland on the map in international justice and lets the country decide how foreign convicts serve time. Meanwhile, in politics, on Monday the 13th, Kacper Płaszczyński and Dorota Arciszewska-Mielewczyk, Law and Justice MPs, submitted a request to Poland's Supreme Audit Office to investigate the Port of Gdynia, a city in northern Poland, after Stena Line, a Swedish ferry company, won the September tender for the ferry terminal contract instead of a Polish consortium. They said that the port rejected the Polish bid based on assumptions, not facts, which could cost the port money in the coming years. The MPs also criticized the process, saying that the expert report that backed the decision was mostly guesswork and not properly approved. Next up, updates on security. On Tuesday the 14th, Cezary Tomczyk, the Deputy Defense Minister, announced at the Forum for Armed Forces Innovation in Warsaw that the military will soon set up a special unit to test new equipment, including gear from Polish companies. He said that it's difficult for local firms to sell military equipment abroad because Poland's system is too complicated and bureaucratic. The ministry is now working on legal and system changes like a law on strategic investments to simplify project approvals. Tomczyk also said that Poland is putting nearly 200 billion zloty, about $54 billion, into defense plus EU funds. He added that the military must speed up research and development and said that similar projects should now take only a few years, especially with lessons from the war in Ukraine. On that note about the military, on Friday the 10th, President Nawrocki attended the Arayolos Group Summit in Estonia, where he met with leaders from EU countries to discuss security in the region and the use of AI in civilian and military contexts. He also had one-on-one talks with Alar Karis, the Estonian president, and other government officials to strengthen cooperation on security. This follows similar meetings he had in Lithuania last month with its president and prime minister. Nawrocki plans to visit Latvia later this year to keep talking with Baltic leaders about regional safety and defense. Also on Friday the 10th, Radosław Sikorski, Poland's deputy prime minister and foreign minister, visited Lviv in western Ukraine. He laid flowers at a building in the village of Labaivka in the west, destroyed in a recent Russian airstrike to honor the victims of the attack. He also met with Ukraine's foreign minister to talk about technological cooperation to strengthen security, especially in anti-drone defense. Sikorski gave a lecture at Ivan Franko National University in Lviv, where he received an honorary doctorate. In his speech, he warned about the dangers of rising nationalism, saying Europe should choose peace over old divisions. He also said that Putin's invasion backfired since it helped NATO grow and pushed defense spending higher across Europe. Speaking of Sikorski, on Monday the 13th, he met with David Van Wee, the Dutch foreign minister, in Warsaw during the 34th Utrecht Conference, an annual forum for bilateral talks between Poland and the Netherlands. They talked about keeping Europe safe, supporting Ukraine against Russian aggression, making sure the sanctions on Russia stay strong, and staying united in the face of threats. They also touched on illegal migration, regional cooperation, and how the two countries can keep working closely on both security and diplomatic issues. Van Weel thanked Sikorski for Poland's quick move in stopping Russian drones over its airspace in September, showing that Poland is taking Russian threats seriously and doing its part for Europe's security. In more updates, on Tuesday the 14th, Adam Szopka, the government spokesman, said that the government approved a plan to raise alcohol taxes more than initially planned for 2026 and 2027. Tax increases will jump from 5% to 15% in 2026 and another 10% in 2027. This will increase beer bottle prices by about 16 groszy, about 4 US cents, and a vodka bottle will cost around 3 zloty, almost $1 more. These changes will kick in on the 1st of January 2026. And to wrap up this edition, on Wednesday the 15th, a committee in Poland's Sejm, the lower house of parliament, approved a plan to close all fur farms by the end of 2033, giving farmers cash payouts and workers a year's severance. Jarosław Rzepa from the Polish People's Party proposed and got approval to move the deadline from 2029 to 2033, giving farmers more time to shut down. The government will calculate farmers' compensation based on their average income from 2020 to 2024, rewarding those who close sooner with higher payments. Farmers closing by the 1st of January 2027 will get 25% of that average. For each year that passes, they will lose 5%, with those shutting down in 2031 getting only 5%. Employers must pay workers 12 months' severance, which the social insurance institution will reimburse. The Sejm will now hold a second reading of the bill. And that's it for this week. Thank you for joining us. Did you know that the updates are only a small part of what Rorshok does? Check out our initiatives at rorshok.com/initiatives. Do zobaczenia!